Yo guys, it's Mirzi here. This video is going to be showing my 1 week progression with edit on release off. I've used edit on release since it came out 3 years ago, so this is going to be pretty hard for me to get used to. I hope you guys enjoy this video and make sure to watch to the end to see how much I do improve. First of all, I'm going to show you guys the difference in edit on release on and off. On the left, edit on release is on, and you notice that I have to stay on the tiles I'm editing, which messes up your crosshair placement and means you can't line up the shot properly, causing you to flick onto your opponent. But with the setting off, you're able to freely select the tiles whilst also getting your crosshair on the target ready for the shot. Also, if you get used to this setting off, you're able to use your movement to your advantage by moving more to the left and having a more optimal peak. So day 1, the first thing I done was started trying to free build. As you can see, I can barely even double edit, let alone triple edit. This made me realise I need to do a lot more than just free build to try and get better. I decided the best place to start was edit courses to practice my click timing and get the muscle memory down a bit better. I went into one of Raiders mechanics maps and practiced my box fighting. My main focus with this was to try and use my movement and editing to my advantage, trying to take right hand peeks behind cover. At the end of day 1, I went into 1v1s with a mate and just pretty much got slapped.
I used to fucking do more than
But I did manage to kill him, which was pretty good.
I used to do fucking all sorts, bro. You hear what? You're a fucking...
Day 2, I started off with a Mongraal Classic Map to try and improve my speed with double edits. I then practiced building for about 30 minutes. I was starting to feel a little bit more consistent, but I was still getting stuck on edits and making mistakes. After that, I hopped into a basic piece control map. As you can tell from the clips, I was still struggling a lot at this point. So after doing the piece control drills, I went into an edit map that got harder each drill as there was multiple builds in one block, and the higher the difficulty, the more builds you had to edit. This helped improve my click timing a little bit more. On day 3, I spent about 2 hours in different practice maps in creative, and then I decided to play some realistic 1v1s, so here's some highlights from that. And then to end day 3 off, I hit a nice little no scope and kind of edited the door to ruin it, but oh well. On day 4, I started with free building but focused on doing repetitive drills to improve my muscle memory. It was at this point I realised how slow my double edits were, so I set up my own little drill in my own creative map and pretty much just practice double edits. I then practiced the infinite edit towers in Raiders Mechanics map. After that I practiced my right hand peaks, focusing on making sure I wasn't confirming the edit too early. That way I build good habits on taking optimal peaks. After that I went into Raiders 1v1 map and 1v1 random players. On day 5 I was starting to feel a lot more comfortable doing double and triple edits, and even managed to do a few quad edits. Now obviously my editing is still slow at this point, but I was becoming a lot more consistent. I didn't play much on day 5 as I was busy with other things, but I ended day 5 playing zone wars with my duo to practice realistic fighting against other players.
Good on height. No, you're good, you're good. 39 on my guy. Oh, you're so... Nice.
Day 6 was the release of chapter 4. Arena wasn't enabled till later that day, so I spent more time focusing on improving in creative and carried on doing a variety of different drills from the last week. My fighting and creative was definitely improving now, however I knew that I would definitely need to start playing Arena again, as I knew I wouldn't be as confident in game as I was in creative, and the hardest part is transferring the skills I've learned in creative to real game scenarios. Day 7, the last day of my 1 week progression. At this point I was feeling much more confident and consistent than I was at the start of my progression. Of course I was still making mistakes and was still slower than I was with edit on release on, but I believe after a month with edit on release off I'll be at the same level I was before the switch. I ended day 7 by playing Arena. I could definitely tell my mechanics were not where I wanted them to be, but I knew with time and practice I would feel completely comfortable with edit on release off. I was able to fight in Arena fairly well, however I wasn't obviously able to hit clips at this point.
Oh, I fell, bro. Nice, nice.
If you guys enjoyed this type of content, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe with notifications on. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.